Oh, good morning. Wednesday morning. Man, I think it's been calling for rain for all week. Just scattered thunderstorms and stuff, and it makes it a little tough making plans outside. But we manage. Here in southern West Virginia, old John, twisted world knows. DC. The corruption of the elites. The better than yous. That's who the elites are. The better than yous. The know-it-alls. Those that want to own the world or control the world. The socialists. The liberals that are so corrupt and vile and treacherous in their thinking that turn themselves into the ones in charge. The ones that want they want rules that apply to you, but yet they want the excuses. They want the waivers. That's who the elites are. That's who the liberals, the socialists are. They want you to be governed, but they want the waivers. That's what it amounts to. All the trash that's come out on the Clintons, Obama, the FBI, the head of the FBI, and the CIA, and NSA, and IRS, and the DOJ, and all this garbage that's come out. But yet President Trump is the one that's being persecuted. This trash was already in play before he even got in office, man. It was already there. But yet he's the one breaking the law. Figure. Go figure that one now. Campaigning. 16. Hillary said, I'd like to see his tax returns. I'd like to see his this, that, whatever. And he says, and she's the one doing the talking at the time in front of the platform, and he said, I use the same tax code you do. And what yesterday? I don't know where it was. I got it, whether it was on Roku or whether it was on Dish Network or something. I don't remember where it was at. But this Haitian politician, I guess, screaming. See, they had this disaster here back a few years ago. And the Clinton Foundation got out and garnered billions of dollars for relief. Well, this feller's coming out screaming now, listen, the Haitian people never seen the money. Where did this billions of dollars go? The Haitian people never seen the money. But yet Donald Trump is the one that's corrupt. I think you hear about it, and it's showing up more and more. More and more names are coming out in behind Obama and Clinton and this whole debacle of 8 years of nothing but pure sewer. That's all the Obama administration was nothing but just pumping sewage through America and around the world. Listen, if it happens in America, it goes around the world too, okay? Well, they was pumping it through America. A double standard of justice. A people corrupt in their mind, in their heart, in their conscience, pushing a double standard of justice. A justice that works to suit their thinking and not the good of the whole world or the people. That's socialism, people. You get behind Bernie Sanders and AOC and all these people screaming for social. You've already got it. You've already got socialism in your face. You should know that by now. You ought to be smart enough to see that by now. Socialism is a dual standard of justice. Socialism is a dual standard of thinking. Socialism is a dual standard of conscience. The elites, those in charge, those in the clique, they get the waivers. The peons, well, that's how they become the peons. A lot of socialism is already here in this country. Some of you are just too ignorant to realize it. It's already here. And yet they'll come in there and they'll rub your crotch or pinch you on the butt or something or another, tell you something sweet, and then you'll turn around and kiss their rear ends. Oh God. A dual standard of justice, a dual standard of thinking, a dual standard of governing, a dual standard of moral conscience. Whatever suits them is allowed. If it doesn't suit them, well, I thank the Lord for Donald J. Trump, because he was the monkey wrench threw into Washington D.C. He was the one that didn't suit the dual standard. It's coming out. They're going. A.G. Barr he's got the wolves out, man, on this garbage around Hillary and her server. And listen, when this stuff all breaks open, it's going to open a whole can of worms. It's going to be unreal. I honestly believe that it's going to be unreal to what took place. We know the IRS targeted conservative groups. A lot of groups were getting tax exempts. Tea Party and others that were non-profits, they didn't get the exempts, man. They were turned down. IRS done that, people. Okay, that's a government agency. Listen to me. That's a government agency. They targeted conservative groups. Look at these friggin' perverts running around the nation. They're wanting to slap conservatives, decent, moral people that says something just and honorable needs to be in place. Well, the perverts, the liberals, the social whatever, they'll come up and they'll slap these moral people, the decent people that actually should be protected. Your perverts will come up and want to jump on them. That's the thing. These idiots are pushing us towards civil war. Do you realize that? You realize that? The liberals and socialists are shoving this nation straight towards civil war. CIA, Clapper was ahead of it. We don't gather information on Americans. What, a few weeks, 2 months later, we gathered information on 20 million Americans. CNN backs him, says, yeah, but he done it for the right reason. No, they lied to us again. That's just another lie. That's all it was. And CNN, listen, people, CNN's part of that lie. That's the reason their ratings are bottoming out, because America sees the freaking perverts they are. That's the reason they're bottoming out on their ratings. And yeah, NBC, ABC, CBS, MSNBC, New York Times, West Virginia Scholars, Washington Post, and there's more, many, many more. Because they're perverts. Listen to me. They're perverts. They're perverts. FBI, they'd already got the word, man, before the Hillary Clinton email legal server case thingy come open. They'd already got the word there will be no charges pressed. But yet the FBI had to put the show on. Okay? But the word had already come down, there will be no charges. Yeah. The NSA was arming their people under Obama. Yeah, the NSA was arming their people, man. Mm-hmm. The DOJ, Holder, Lynch, those bunch of friggin' perverts, they come in there, they were part of Obama's little ring. Oh, we're not going to press charges on Hillary. She's going to be following Obama, Barack, into the office. So they didn't press charges. And the list goes on and on and on. Drug lords. When Holder was in as the AG, drug lords got America's military grade weapons. You hear me? They got military grade weapons under the Obama and Holder. People, so help me, you're going to have to start putting the dots together. You're going to have to start connecting the dots. You're going to have to back up and start connecting the dots. All the things that took place under the Obama administration. Gays got their crotch rubbed. Transgenders got their little butt padded. I mean, everything, every immoral, damnable, pitiful, godless piece of trash that went on. Come on, people. Karl Marx, Obama. I've seen a transcript or something of Obama when he was in college. What did he study? He looked into Marxism. If we can pee into their minds enough, we can own them. If we can destroy it in one generation, destroy the morals in one generation of Americans, we can take the nation. If we can pee into their minds enough, we can own them. Hillary Clinton said, what was it, Saul Lewinsky was back on the stage when Nixon was impeached. Lewinsky was the voice in the background, or an open voice that said he needs to go. Nixon needs to go. He got 18 minutes of recording from the DNC or something or other, and Lewinsky's saying he needs to go. He needs to be impeached. Well, he was impeached. Well, guess what? Lewinsky went to prison for several years too. The friggin' pervert went to prison. Okay. Now, this is what I'm getting to. Hillary Clinton was meddling around in politics during that time when she was younger. She was meddling around. She got kicked. What was it? She got fired. What it was? She got fired because of unethical behavior. She was fired because of unethical behavior. But she had come out and said later, Saul Lewinsky was her mentor. Saul Lewinsky was he was a confessed Marxist. If we can pee into their minds enough, we can eventually own them. He was a confessed Marxist. Hillary Clinton said Saul Lewinsky was her mentor. Barack Obama said his father or stepfather, they were socialist. He spoke of his book, The Dreams of My Father, or something or other. People, you so help me, you have to connect the dots. Benghazi, a debacle. Fast and Furious, the drug running or the gun running done by Holder and Obama. I mean, just back up, people. Look at what went on. You know, Biden's out there right now saying there wasn't a smidgen of scandal under the Obama years. The whole friggin' thing was a scandal. Obama's own half brother said Barack's whole life is a lie. The whole friggin' Obama tenure was nothing but a scandal. Was nothing but a sewage line being pumped into this nation. You do realize if it wasn't for the pep rallies being done by Comey and McCabe and Clinton and others, all these pep rallies and Obama, all these things they call book signings, but they're not. They're actually pep rallies. They're actually pep rallies. They're getting you to kiss their butt longer and longer and longer. See, the more people they can get behind them, the longer they stay alive. They're not book signings, people. They're pep rallies. They're pep rallies. They're out there trying to garner support. They're pep rallies. You realize if American people would quit supporting them, justice could come in on swift wings, man, and shut that friggin' sewer down. But you got these millions of, they call themselves Americans, but I don't know. They just, I don't know. You don't know where their head is, man. Well, you can pretty well figure where their head is, but it's pitiful. It's literally pitiful, the things that are going on. But it continues. Robert Mueller, the Democratic or the liberal Socialist Democrats, white knight. Oh, we're gonna get Trump. We're gonna shut him down. We're gonna impeach him. We're gonna do everything in the world. When their white knight failed because he couldn't find the facts. The facts? What facts? The facts of the dossier. Well, people don't rely on the dossier. The man that wrote the friggin' thing up said it cannot be verified. What does that tell you if something cannot be verified? Well, if something doesn't have enough facts showing in it to be verified, how did it become a dossier and go through the FISA court? How did it happen? If it can't be verified, how did it get into the FISA court? How did a judge condone it moving forward? If it cannot be verified, how did it get that far? Why? Because the friggin' perverts that pushed it were liars. The perverts behind it were cheats. The perverts behind it were murderers. The perverts behind it had blood all over their hands. Blood. You think all this stuff is just done up there in the heads of the state and there's nothing else happening? You think all that's done in the heads of the state? Don't you think it's that simple? It's not that simple. It's not that simple. People have died. People have been murdered. The DNC's got blood all over it. The Clintons, Obama, Clapper, Comey, McCabe, Strzok, Page, the New York Times, CNN, MSNBC, CBS, ABC, NBC, West Virginia's Charleston Gazette. They all got blood on them because they all took part in it. They all got behind it and they pushed it. They're bloody, people. They're bloody. They're bloody. They're bloody. And if you support them, you're as bloody as anybody else. We know now the crime is there. We know now that people have died. We know now that the American vote was cheated. We know now that the American voice has been cheated. We know now that justice has been pushed back on a shelf and cheated. We know that now. We know that now. We know that now. I wonder. They was gonna subpoena AG Barr, or it was going to do something. The House of Representatives was going to do something, but to AG Barr to get more information. They had the information. They've had every chance in the world to read it. Did they read it? I don't think so. I don't think they all read it. But they had every chance in the world to read it. But yet, what it was, they wasn't trying to gain something out of our. They wanted charges against a righteous man. They wanted charges against a man trying to actually do a job. of serving justice. Why? They wanted to pull him off the seat. They wanted to get him removed. Why? They have to stop justice. They've got to stop it. I've told you before, and others have told you. Van Jones, CNN, back several years ago, Glenn Beck showed a video clip. Van Jones talking to a group of people. He says, we will either win or be crushed. What was he talking about? Something was going on. Something treacherous was going on in the background, and he was part of it. We will either win or be crushed. Not win or lose, or win or get beat, but we will be crushed. We will be trampled underfoot. If we're caught, we're history. What was going on? Yeah. They got to get Barr off the seat. If they don't get Barr off the seat, justice is going to be served, and those friggin' perverts, if we're really, really lucky, they'll be hung. We'll get rid of them. Or they'll be shot, lined up and shot with a hollow point bullet, man. Pow! And watch your head go. If we're really fortunate, they'll get rid of them. But it's going to have to be some good justice. But they got to get Barr off the seat. They got to get him off his course. They don't have a choice. The traitors, the treachery of the traitors, the villainy of the traitors is on their heels. It's nipping at their heels now. They don't have a choice. They have to fight or die. And it goes way beyond a few heads in D.C. It goes way beyond that. Way beyond it. There's a lot more people involved. A lot more. What about when Obama was in office, and he's running for his second term, and this black woman, she's the poll organizer or whatever down in there. It's a black woman, and they go in and you got two inspectors go in there to check it out, make sure everything's up to par. They got Obama's pictures on the wall and everything else, and these inspectors said those are not supposed to be there. You're not supposed to have them there. You're not supposed to have them within like 150, 300 feet of the polls. What are those doing there? So they stick some posters and stuff over. You can still tell why they say you could still tell around the posters what was there. It was Obama's picture. You could still tell it. Then they say, we want to watch the polls. She said, no, you're not. You're going back there, and you're going back there in the back room and stay. You're not coming out here. I'm the organizer or the head of this. You're going back there. What was going on? They were breaking voting regulations. And it went on, people all over this nation. It went on all over the nation. Now, you got little perverts out there who might see this video and you'll sit there, little snigger, look like he got poop stuck between their teeth. Well, you chose it. But, Judge Roy Moore, another conservative running for Senate back in Alabama, they know for a fact there was voter fraud took place, and a federal judge knew for a fact that voter fraud took place. A federal judge would not rule for a revote or a recount. He knew for a friggin' fact, people, that fraud took place. But they would not rule for a recount or a revote. You friggin' meatheads that's backing these liberals and socialists, you're pitiful, man. I hate to tell you, you're friggin' pitiful. You are friggin' pitiful. People, it's gone on for over 10 years. This rot. I hope, and I hold my hand to God, to my God. I hope CNN, MSNBC, CBS, NBC, ABC, I hope they're shut down. I hope they shut them down. Close their friggin' doors and jail the people for backing that garbage. I hope it does. I really would. I'd love to see them shut down. All the crime and the shame, the pain, the tears. You know, Trump has went in and he just about reversed everything that Obama's done, and rightfully so. But it's still not going to stop the pain and the hurt that some of this stuff has already caused. We've got people, listen, we've got families in this nation right now that have lost family members because of the rot that Barack Hussein Obama started. They've lost family. They're sitting they're sitting around their table. Sitting around their table or sitting around their television and there's a movie on and one of them sitting over, they're just sitting over and their thoughts are on mom or dad or brother or sister that's not there. And it's all because of friggin' lying, scheming, cheating, half-breed, communist, Muslim deviant that acts like a nigger set in the White House. And no other reason. No other friggin' reason. A man that act like a nigger set in the White House. And no other reason. It's pitiful. Literally pitiful, people. People died. Families were, their hearts were broken. All because of friggin' niggers set in the White House. And I didn't say a black man, I said a nigger. A black man can be a decent person. A nigger is a nigger. Ask the black community what a nigger is. They'll tell you. It's a black man or black person that can't be trusted. That's what the black community calls a nigger. Barack Obama's a nigger. A big one. A big one. Let a friggin' pervert like it dictate vocabulary and lay out the English language, what you can say and what you can't. Let a friggin' pervert do it. You friggin' idiot. You're as big an idiot as some of them others. Let a friggin' pervert tell you how you can talk and can't talk. Let a friggin' pervert with low moral attitude tell you what you can say and what you can't. A pervert laid out your guidelines. God. My goodness. Do you realize how pitiful that makes you? God. Oh, jeez, man. Let friggin' lying, scheming, cheating, villainous. I said villainous. The Bible says the liberal is a villain. A villain. They do villainy. They do deceptions and lies. Villainy. Let lying, villainous people lay out the ground rules. People, liberal thinking, socialist thinking is like plaid. Perfect match. Perfect match. Marxist thinking. Perfect match. Plaid. Perfect match. Both are perverts because they hold hands. Both bloody hands. Both bloody hands. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this earlobe chewing, because you've deserved it, man. You have friggin' deserved it. You deserved a good, bloody earlobe chewing. You deserved it. Wednesday. Cloudy. Might get more rain. Gotta run out. I live about 30 minutes away from here in West Virginia and down in the Southern Sticks. I live about 30 minutes away from just about anything, man. I'm serious. But election's coming, people. I hope you can pull your moral paints up before it gets here. I hope by then you'll have something in your head and your heart that's decent, that'll guide your thinking when you vote. Have a good one. The future is either going to be in the hands of the righteous or it'll be in the hands of the wicked and the pervert, one or the other. You better make up your mind what you want, what kind of people you want making the rules over you, your family, and your bloodline. You better make up your friggin' mind.